Um, as I told our players, in the locker room after the game, I think the thing that really sticks out in my mind is 30 assists, with 35 field goals. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. I thought our energy early, combined with our togetherness on offense and sharing the ball and being an inside-out team first and foremost, I thought really took the wind out of LaSalle's sails. And, Jeff Robinson was as good as I've ever seen him. Terrell continues to be Terrell. And, we had 6 guys in double figures. Again, we shared the ball extremely well. It was certainly our night tonight.
2 finished, 1 rebound shy of another triple-double. As a coach, are you conflicted knowing
Yes. Yeah, I was conflicted. I think if you polled the people in the Cintas Center, 5,000 people would say keep him in. 5,000 people would say take him out is the right thing to do. I'm the guy that has to make the decision. So I tick off 5,000 people, and 5,000 people say, great job, right thing to do. I don't know what the right thing to do is. I will tell you that my wife says that there was a shot, and late in the second half, there was an air ball that Terrell caught. There was a 7th rebound that was not recorded. I'm going to make sure Tom Eisner and the statistic people go up, because it stayed on 7 rebounds on his air ball, and she's on it. Trust me, she's on it. And so we'll figure it out, and if that's the case, then he'll get his triple-double. But, I gave him 1 shot. I gave him a minute. With 4.5 minutes, I put a guy in the game. We're up 40-plus points. I know if I'm LaSalle, I'm taking a guy out like that. It's just, So I gave him a minute. We couldn't get a stop, or he couldn't get a rebound, and, the rest is history. But he doesn't take away from the fact that he was phenomenal. He got his teammates involved. 15 assists has to be a career high, I'd imagine.
It is.
1 rebound doesn't keep it from being an incredible game, not only by Terrell, but our entire team.
Looks like at one point he asked to come back in.
He was lobbying hard, and he's got some teammates that were behind him, like his cabinet, and I just said, we're good.
What went into the decision to start Jeff tonight?
Mark made a boneheaded decision, and, it's not about who starts, it's about who finishes. And, we'll evaluate who we're going to start. Jeff made a nice little statement in terms of he likes to start, but we'll do what's best for the team, not what's best for the individual. But Jeff was who he's been in practice over the last couple of weeks.
they came in they entered the game with averaging like 77 points and really stumbled there at the beginning. Not only was your defense very effective on them, but they looked kind of flat. Were you surprised by that at all?
Well, yeah, I'm surprised because you always feel like you're going to get the opponent's best shot. But I really thought our kids were juiced up, and maybe LaSalle was ready to give us the best shot, and they quickly find themselves down whatever the score was at one point. You look up there, and I think if you're on the other end, you're saying we're not going to catch up, and I thought they sort of played it out that way the rest of the game. And to our guys' credit, last year at LaSalle we gave up a 20-point lead and barely won the game. We also watched the game against GW where they got down 18, 19 points, just came storming back to take the lead. So felt like they had the capability certainly to come back, and just happy that our guys continue to stay disciplined, stay hungry, and play for themselves and not the score.
What do you think it says about your team coming off the Fordham game Saturday where you weren't real happy with them on Tuesday coming out of this game?
Well, it says they were listening a little bit. We responded. Just great team effort. It's the kind of basketball we want to be playing down the stretch. 3 games left here in the regular season, trying to win the A-10 Conference Championship. Big game on Sunday.
Coach, Mark missed a wide-open dunk on the fast break. What did you have to say to him on the following timeout?
I just told him, next play. Don't let it affect your defense. I want you to get into Gillindo and defend with energy. And guys miss shots. I know old school coaches would pull out guys for missing dunks, but what happens when they miss a layup? So again, should have made it. He's made those before, and just move forward.
You went to Griff before Jordan in the first half. Was something Griff was doing in practice?
Griff's doing a great job. for those of you guys that come to practice, we have a sort of a gold jersey recipient, guys that statistically lead the team after a week, and it's not just points, it's deflections, rebounds, assists, all the cumulative stats. And he won last week, and it's because of his efforts in practice, and I think he's really earned, getting in the first half. I wanted to get him in sooner, but my staff wouldn't let me.
Taylor came in really quick at the beginning of the second half, as right after McLean had scored. Is there any specific reason for that?
Yeah, Jamel asked to come out. He's still not feeling well. He had 103-degree fever the other night. And, it was tough on him in the press conference, and he knows that I really care about him. I think he can, be honest with me and say, Coach, I can't play, or I can go for a couple minutes. And that's what he did tonight. He played extremely hard. He gets winded a little bit, quicker because he hasn't practiced for a few days. And then I asked him, because when he came out in the second half, I thought he was, the way he looked at me, sort of he was going to be done for the half. He said, I'm fine, Coach. I just couldn't catch my breath. So it's what happens. You have those effects after a sickness. And Dante's been going through it too. Those guys are sort of locker mates together, and it's been passed from one to the other. So it's nice to know that over the next couple of days we'll be getting those guys back to full speed. Great job tonight by Jamel and Dante.
You got to see some of the reserves against pretty much their first team, but what do you see from Jay and the reserves out there?
Some good things, some things that I knew I would see. Not going over ball screens, maybe not, talking and communicating, and that is a tendency that freshmen have. No, I thought, Griff did a great job guarding Herrick Murray. The times he had, I wanted him to squeeze the basketball a little bit more on rebounds. It's a function of him, just obviously the injury he had before the season. He's not nearly as physical as a guy like Jamel, who's been in college, since I was here. And, one of those things, we just got to get bigger and stronger. Jamel and I were teammates.